Hey guys, Von Fry here, cashing it in with another non-jogging review of a video game, this time looking at Halo 5 Guardians. Why? Because my local library checks out video games. This was not a game I was looking forward to. I had a bit of a falling out with the Halo franchise because of the Master Chief debacle. But, gotta say, this game was better than I anticipated. So the story has you going chasing around Cortana and Master Chief, largely as Spartan Locke and his Osiris Fire team of Spartans. Cortana actually survived the events of Halo 4, and is now bringing together the AI in an attempt to rise above the humans and the aliens, or so it would seem, with the help of Promethean's Guardians. These are giant mechanical creatures that I guess can wipe out solar systems. I guess that's what they do. For the most part, you're looking at team-based content here, which I thought was a nice addition to the gameplay. So Spartan Locke and his team, or Master Chief and his blue team, are actually out there together at all times. So it's you and 3 Spartans. This makes it so that if someone joins for co-op, it's not necessarily overpowering and breaking the level. At the same time, it's nice having these other Spartans you can order about, though they actually play better if you don't tell them to do anything. You tell them, hey, take out that target. Oh, they may shoot it, but if one of them goes down, they're not going to help that guy up. And what I mean by help you up is they resolved the respawn issue. What happens now, instead of just magically appearing and disappearing, you go down on one knee like it's Gears of War, and somebody comes in and lifts you up. Oh, my armor's locked up, help me. That's what you get. I think that's a welcome change. Some changes I don't much care for, building in the dodge boost ability into all the layouts, making it so that I have to abandon my legacy control stick so that I can juke left and right in an acceptable manner. That's something I didn't care for and largely kept me away from the game. So I played through it on Legendary with the default control scheme that I am not accustomed to. And I gotta say, this is the easiest Halo game out there. Now, I haven't played ODST, but of all of them that I have played, 1, 2, 3, Reach, 4, Halo 5, this is the easiest. It felt like the shortest campaign. It says there's 15 missions, but in truth, you're just going around to like hub worlds at some point, doing almost nothing and actually getting an achievement for it. The levels seem very small for a Halo game, whereas like particularly in the first game, it wanted to show off, oh hey, look how big we can make levels on an Xbox in 2001. Yeah, here's a hub world right here. What do? Go talk to Dr. Halsey, who is mysteriously missing an arm. And then you're done. Oh no wait, we want you to go talk to this Sarah Palmer also from one of the previous games. Talk to her for a little bit. I don't really think that making it into Final Fantasy was something that we were looking forward to. The control layout, I can see how it is that they're like, hey, we want to be like Call of Duty so that we're not alienating players who are accustomed to that. So come play Halo, it's not going to be too different. Well, was it very tough? At points, I had some difficulty with the Warden Eternal boss fights. Here I'm going to kind of show you how to lay into this guy. First time around, it took me 2 hours to beat him. Unfortunately, the only boss fights you have are against this guy in various forms. What I found out is you can actually handcuff him to some degree. I felt like I was hitting him in his sweet spot on the back, and then I'd have to wait for his "oh, you got me" animation before I could hit him again. Not true. You can lay into him repeatedly and just keep him handcuffed in that pros. So what you want to do the first time you're facing him, which I felt was actually the hardest when it's him by himself, he can duplicate his body so it's up to 3 of them at some points. You know, just pick up your power weapons and just hit him in the spot there. Spartans can do a decent job of keeping him busy. If you don't order them too much, you want them to be able to lift up each other. So here we go. Grabbing fusion cannon, and I could have probably just kept hitting him. And then there we go. Yeah, also, you don't want the fusion cannon to overheat. Binary rifle later on will put him down too. peg him in the head twice with the binary, and it's the same as hitting him in the back with something high-powered. So if anything, you got a little bit of a boss fight tutorial from this video. You're welcome. I did like the game though. I liked the campaign. The campaign has a better story than the latest Star Wars. Cortana's heel turn, and it's not even like she's totally evil. It's understandable. And I kind of feel like at the very end here we get a little bit of a dose of Halo, because hey, this is called Halo, right? I'm kind of thinking, what are we going to do in Halo 6? Fire up the Halo rings to stop Cortana? It's hinted at that. Yeah, you got a lot of the similar gameplay here with vehicles. Actually, I took the Scorpion tank all the way through one of the levels, blew up the Eternal Warden over here, and the tank actually get an achievement for doing it that way. And of course our fave, the Warthog. Oh man, the controls for me are so different here because I've had completely different controls on driving vehicles as well. But you know what, it's fairly fun, even though brief at times. I think Halo's usually a 20-hour campaign on Legendary. This, it might have been 15, push it even. And my second time around some of these areas only took me a few minutes, to be honest with you. So if you know what you're doing, you can actually rent this and complete the game. I did so in less than a week. The big change to multiplayer is Warzone. So it's red versus blue as we've come to expect and love. This time 24 players and a living battlefield. So while you're duking it out, you're trying to capture bases, expose the power core in the respective blue or red base you want to destroy, or get raw kills. At the same time, you have enemies on map. Overall, the changes to Halo 5 don't necessarily make it my game anymore, but I can see how this appeals to a lot of people. Warzone can be fun. It doesn't strike me as fun as the old Halo I loved, and you have to pretty much buy your loadout, so there's a way to nickel and dime you. Overall, Halo 5, 9.3 out of 10.